What is up, everybody? Mobogsy here with another Flesh and Blood video. Today, we're talking about Kano Blitz because the Blitz season's coming up, and it's really hard to find content on Kano. I was trying to build my deck, see what other people were doing. Super hard to find Kano information. So, I want to tell you guys how to play Kano, what my exact deck list is, and some cool tips and tricks and different ways to build Kano. So first and foremost, if you're playing Kano, I think the only weapon you should be playing right now is Crucible of the Aether Weave. This card is busted. And when I mean busted, I mean busted. So you pay 1 in instant speed, and your next card that would deal arcane damage deals that much plus 1. And you're going to be like, well, it's only plus 1 damage. The great thing about it is if you have a bad hand, you can just pitch a red, cycle that red to the bottom of your deck, pitch stack for later. It's a really good thing. 2, if everyone's running like Arcane Barrier 3 or 4, that 1 extra damage might be all you need to push through damage. So makes you play the 8th, but like Voltic Bolt, for an example. If you activate that staff and deal 6 instead of 5, that extra damage could win you the game. But we'll get back into the details later. So, if you're new to Blitz, Kano is a hero that has 15 health, so he's 5 less than all the other Blitz heroes, besides KO, I believe. And his hero power is pay 3. Look at the top card of your deck. If it is a non-attack action card, you may banish it. If you do, you may play it as though it's an instant. So the meaning behind Kano is your turn, it's also my turn. A lot of times when they go to arsenal a card, you'll go hold on, pitch your whole hand, and try to kill him, or just do as much damage as possible. Kano can go off on his own turn, or he can come off on your turn. So he's a very versatile, very high ceiling like hero. Once you get good with Kano, you can do a lot of cool things. So next, let's look at our equipment. In 99% of our matches, this is what we'll be running. First off, Talismanic Lens. A lot of people think is a bulk common, but it is just an instant, destroy it, opt 2. In these fast-paced Blitz games, being able to opt 2, being able to set up the top of your deck for a Kano activation is huge. Knowing exactly if you can combo off with a 4 blue hand, or if you need to wait and block out that turn, is amazing. Talismanic Lens is the best headpiece for Kano, hands down. Next up is the chest piece with Spring Tunic. We don't run any other chest pieces in this deck. Some other people are playing the Mage Master chest piece for the mirror match. I think that's just wrong. I don't think you need the extra Arcane Barrier. You already have Arcane Barrier 3 in this deck, and Tunic will get you so many resources over the course of the game. Just stick with Tunic in every single matchup. For your arms, you have Metacarpus Node. This is basically your staff, but as soon as you use your staff, you can use it as many times as you want that turn. If you pay 1 for each additional time, and at the end of your turn, it breaks. So you got to get as much usage out of it. So if you're going like a 4-card turn, you can pay 4 into this and deal 4 extra arcane damage with each one of your spells. Very good. And for our boots, the only boots that we bring to the table is Storm Striders. You might ask, why is that? At instant speed, you can destroy these bad boys, and your next wizard non-attack action card is an instant. That's all it is. So if you want to combo off, you can instant speed, play a card from your hand, and that's huge. Sideboard options. We have the Skullcap. Never show up to a game without a Skullcap. Skullcap always gets the job done, even though you don't always want to play Skullcap, but it is a great card. I would only ever bring Skullcap into matchups that they have on hits. Off the top of my head right now, I believe Kasai is a big one. Maybe Ira, just to get that extra block in. But if they're not having on hits, if they're not threatening you, when in doubt, play the Lens. Lens is so much value for the opt 2. Just play it. And Gambler's Gloves. Gambler's Gloves is a card you only play against those dirty brutes. Guess what? You said against a KO, they're going to roll a bunch of dice. Throw on the gloves. You might live an extra turn. They roll a 6 on their scab skins. Break the gloves. This card is so good when it's good. It is amazing. So be sure you have this with you. That is our equipment package there. And now let's look over the deck. So we'll start with the least fun part, because I think this is the part that you can change the most, the blues. So we have 1 Clarity Potion, instant speed, opt 2, pitches for 3, doesn't block. I think the potions are very underrated in Kano. I think having 5 potions in the deck gives you a 25% chance to activate Kano and hit it. My bad. It gives you a 20% chance, my bad. It gives you a 20% chance, turn 1, to activate Kano and hit a potion. So, 1 in 5 times, if you go first, activate Kano, get a free potion, play something from hand, arsenal, you have a great first turn. And the potions we're running is Clarity Potion, which lets you opt two Deja Vu Potions, which I think is the best potion for Kano right now. You can destroy it and put all cards from your pitch deck on top of your deck in any order. We're going to talk about some fun combos later with that. That card is insane. And the last potions we're running is 2 Energy Potions. You just crack it for 2 resources. If you can get any of these on in turn 1, it's great. Activate Kano, play one of these, you're already ahead. You can start setting up your insane combos for the late game. Next up, we have Eye. If you do not have Eye of Ophidia, do not worry. All Eye does is lets you opt to when you break it. You don't need it, however, it is very, very strong. So pitch that, opt to. So what you do is you activate Kano, you pitch this for Kano. Before Kano resolves, you get to opt to make sure you're hitting exactly what you want. It's a very strong card for Kano, but is not needed. Now, the rest of these blues, you can basically do what you want. If you don't like these blues, you don't need to run these blues. Blues are the backbone of Kano. You need to run at least 18. 18 to 20 is where I always want to be. Any less than that, and you get bad hands. Any more than that, your Kano activations get worse. It's a balances thing. So starting with what I think is the best blues outside of the core 6 is Gaze of the Ages. This says opt to when you play it. And if you play another wizard non-attack action card this turn, put this into your hand as it resolves. So if you activate Kano, banish this, activate Kano again, play any other card, then play this for a free opt to. It goes back to your hand. Insane value. This card is insane value. It deserves to be up here with the do not cut with cards. And now, realistically, these are the ones where you can start cutting. I'm playing 1 blue Aether Flare. Aether Flare is a 1 cost that blocks for 3, and it deals 1 arcane to target opposing hero. And the next card you play this turn deals X more damage, which is how much damage is dealt. So this deals 1 damage, your next card deals 1 damage. If you activate it with Staff, it hits for 2, your next card deals 2 damage. Very nice way to get some extra damage in, but for 1 damage, it's not that great. Next, we have 1 of Scour. Scour is really good in those pesky prisms, pesky chains, pesky viscerize. Like if they're playing Runeblade, Scour is great. Otherwise, it's kind of dead. But it says destroy X target tokens and/or auras with cost 0 controlled by target hero. Then you deal damage equal to once destroyed. So if you destroy 4 of Chain's Soul Shackles, they'll take 4 and they're already feeling bad. So it's just a really good card there. Next we have 2 Reverberates. Reverberate. Why is my camera not focusing? That is so weird. It's like out of focus. It says deal 1 damage to target opposing hero. If it deals damage, you may banish a wizard non-attack action card from your hand with cost less than the damage dealt this way. If you do, you can play it as an instant. So more ways to cheat cards out of your hand, which is what you want to be doing. If you have reds in your hand, you want to get them out with the top cards of your deck. If you have blues in your hand, you want to just combo off with Kano. Next we have 2 zaps, 0 cost, deal 1 arcane. Just a fine blue. It doesn't do much, but if you hit it off the top, it's a 0 cost, deal 1. It's fine. Next we have 2 blue Voltic Bolts. It's a 2 cost that deals 3 arcane damage and blocks for 3. It's a fine blue. If you hit it off the top, you're not sad because it deals 3 arcane. And if you draw it, you're not sad because it's blue. That's basically what all your blues should be. It should be if you draw it, it's a blue and you're happy. If you hit it off the top of your deck, you're not terribly sad. Next is probably the best blue to hit off the top. Emeritus Golding. It's the newest card from the new set. It only does 2 on your turn, but if you play it on their turn, it deals 4. So hit off the top of your deck on their turn, play it. The 2 cost 4. It's also a blue. Insane. So that's our blue package right here. Nothing spicy. I think the top row is what you need to play. The bottom row, do whatever you want. Just make sure you have 18 blues in your deck. And if you don't have an eye, you can substitute it in. I would suggest if you don't have an eye, play another potion. Just find a potion you like. If you like Clarity, play another Clarity. Just because potions can set up for the late game and just win those late game battles. Against Oldhim, these potions are huge. So next, let's look at the yellows. So the yellows, you don't play many of because you want blues or reds. You need blues for Kano, you need reds to kill him. However, for our yellows, we have 2 Tome of Finals, 1 cost, draw 2 cards. It's played from your arsenal, gain a life for each card in your hand, blocks for 2. This is a great card to hit off of Kano, because if you activate Kano, it's a 1 cost draw 2, which hopefully you draw more blues and you can keep comboing off. So drawing cards at instant speed is huge, because you can just keep on activating Kano, keep on going with the combo. 1 of Chain Lightning. If you play another wizard non-attack action, you may play your next one as though it's an instant. So Cost 1, your next one becomes instant, so you can play a card from your hand at instant speed. And if you play another wizard card this turn, you deal 3. So it's really good to like activate Kano, hit anything, activate Kano, hit this. And then if you're holding like a Gaze the Ages in hand, you can play Gaze, App 2, get it back in your hand for free. So it's a deal 3, App 2 for really good value. Next is Lesson in Lava, probably the best yellow in the deck. Lesson in Lava is a 1 cost that deals 3. It is a Kano specialization. And if it deals damage, you're going to search your deck for a wizard card that costs less than the damage dealt and put it on top. So you play this off top of your deck. It deals 2. Search your deck for anything that costs 2 or less, put it on top, and then keep on Kanoing away. Just get that combo going. A really good card in the combo with Lesson in Lava is Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom is a 2 cost. Deal 3 damage to target opposing hero. So 2 for 3, not the best rate. However, if it hits, you may look at the top card of your deck. If it's a wizard not attack card, you can banish it, and it costs X less, where X is the damage dealt by this. So if this deals 3, if the top card of your deck is a wizard card, you can play it for 3 less at instant speed. So it makes your next thing free. We have a few non-hits for that though. The only non-hits are Tome, the 5 potions, and Eye, and a Nourishing. So everything in your deck is a wizard non-attack, besides these cards. So playing the high potion build that I play makes Sonic Boom worse because it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 1/3 of your deck is non-hits, so be very careful with Sonic Boom. Opponents will almost always full block Sonic Boom because of the ceiling of the card, but the floor is pretty bad when you run 9 non-wizard attack cards. But that's okay. That's the yellows. If you want to make any cuts to the yellows, I think you can play another Chain Lightning. But I think all of these are pretty much needed. The yellows are non-flexible. They are in the deck because they're just that good at yellow. Do not be playing yellows unless they are this strong, basically. This is the floor for yellows. And next, we have our reds. And the reds, this is what the damage comes from. This is where the big combos come from. First, you have the only attack action card in the deck, Nourishing Emptiness. It is a 2 cost for 6 damage. However, if there's no other attack cards in your graveyard, it gets Dominate, and if it hits, you get +1 Intellect. So if you're in first, throw this at them. If they don't have a way to block 6, which they probably don't because they're playing Arcane Barrier, you get to drop 5 cards and have a card in the arsenal. That's a 6-card hand. That's going to be a lot of damage. So Nourishing Emptiness is insane. A lot of lists run 2. I don't like it because if you activate Kano, it's a dead card. If you activate Sonic Boom, it's a dead card. And if you draw the second one, it's a dead card. Next, we have 2 Tome of Aether Winds. This is 0 cost. You may choose 2. You may choose the same mode more than once. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage deals that much +1. So it's a booster. Or you can draw 2 cards. So you can either deal more arcane damage, you can draw more cards. Very flexible at 0 cost. It's always good to activate Kano, hit that, draw 2 cards. Turns a blue into 2 cards. Great value. Next is Fork Lightning. This is the main kill card of the deck. If you can buff this damage up with anything else, it's insane. It is a 3 cost, so it is the most expensive card in the deck, but it deals 2 arcane damage twice. So anything that would buff this up, buffs it up twice. So if you play a Tome, and say your next card deals 2 arcane damage more, activate Staff, that's 3 arcane damage more, play this deals 10 damage. This card is insane for damage, insane to kill your opponents. So, double Fork Lightning, that's your kill con, make sure you have it. We play 1 Aether Wildfire. This is the newest Majestic from Everfest. It costs 2, which is the only reason why we're not playing 2 of them. It deals 4 arcane damage to opposing hero. That's great, 2 or 4, not bad value. And if it's played on your opponent's turn, it says other cards you play this turn that deal arcane damage deal X more, where X is the damage dealt. So I would throw this card in Arsenal, break your Mage Boots, throw it at their face, and then combo off and kill them. Only on their turn though. Top of your deck, same thing. Play it. Guess what? If they take 4, your blue Zap now deals 5. Your Fork Lightning now deals 12. This card is insane. It's just very expensive, so you gotta be careful. Next, we have 1 Aether Flare. This used to be 2 Aether Flares, but Aether Wildfire cut it down to 1 and 1. Maybe I should be playing 2 Aether Wildfires, but I like that this costs 1. Aether Flare says deal 3 damage to target opposing hero. The next card you play this turn deals X more. So this says all your cards, this says only your next card. So they're very similar. This just costs 1 more for 1 extra damage and buffs everything. But 1 extra mana in Kano is a lot. So that's why I'm only playing one of each, but I could see the argument for both. My personal favorite card to kill people with, Blazing Aether, 0 cost. Deal X damage to target hero, where X is the amount of arcane damage you've dealt to them this turn. So if you lead up with a Forked Lightning for 6, play this, that's 6 more damage. If you go super wide, this card is insane. Throw this in the arsenal, it's a 0 cost. If you break your boots, it costs 1. This costs 0. Tons of free damage. Blazing Aether is probably the easiest way to kill somebody. This is like easy mode. If you have a Blazing Aether in your arsenal, it's easy mode to kill them. Just gotta do the damage and double it. 2 red Voltic Bolts. This is a 2 for 5. Nothing bad about that. 2 for 5. Most people are running Arcane Barrier 3, maybe 4. I know old teams are running Arcane Barrier 5. So this is just almost guaranteed damage against any hero. If you activate the staff, it's 6. So 6 into a Blazing Aether, that's 12. They take it all. Just a very strong combo. Next is 2 Aether Spindles. I used to play the blues and the yellows of this card, but I think you just need the reds now. It's a 2 for 4, which is fine. But it's Opt X, where X is the damage dealt. So if you deal 3, 2, or 1 damage with this card, you get to Opt X. So you're going to look at the top cards of your deck and set up for your future turns. Normally you're just looking for blues. You want to make sure you draw 4 blues every single turn of the game. The more blues, the better. Or you set up the kill. If you do this at instant speed, you can throw a potion on top of your deck, activate Kano, play the potion. This card is so versatile. And the last 2 cards on the deck is Stir the Aether Winds. 2 cost. You may play your next Wizard non-attack action card as well as an instant. So more ways to play cards from our hand and instant speed. And if it deals arcane damage, it deals 3 more. So let's just say, for example, Forked Lightning is in our arsenal. We get Stir the Aether Winds off the top of our deck. We play it. We can play this at instant speed for a total of 10 damage. Now granted, that's 3 to activate Kano, 2 for the Stir, 3 for Forked Lightning, so that's 3, 6, that's 8 mana required. You can do it with 3 blues. Activate Staff to make it 12 damage even. So this combo is really good. That's a 12 damage combo with the Staff for 3 blues. And if you have another blue, and you want to like Blazing Aether them off the top of your deck, that's 24 damage in a turn. Kano has very explosive turns. So that's my build currently. And let's get into the tricky stuff about the deck. So Kano is considered a very hard deck because you need to go off on your turn and go off on their turn. And a lot of times they'll attack you for like 6, and you have to decide, am I going to block for 6 and try to draw this game out and chip them down, or is this the turn? By the turn, I mean, you're activating Kano, you're pitching 3, you're activating him, you're top card of your deck, top card of your deck, top card of your deck. You are trying to kill them at instant speed before you die. So let's talk about some tips and tricks. Potion of Deja Vu is probably the trickiest but most fun card to use. This is the potion that when you destroy it, put all cards in your pitch zone on top of your deck. So if you have this out there, and let's say it's your opponent's turn, and your hand is, let's just for example say, 2 Tomes of Aetherwind, not great, and let's just say any 2 blues. Let's just get like 2 zaps for simplicity. And in Arsenal, you have, let's just make easy mode. Let's say in Arsenal you have a Blazing Aether. I'm going to shuffle this up really fast to demonstrate what this hand can do. Because this hand doesn't seem great, right? Like, they're coming to kill you. They're representing, let's just say, 12 damage right now. They have no cards in hand, representing 12. And your hand is 2 blues, 2 tomes, a potion on the battlefield, and a Blazing Aether in hand. I'm going to shuffle this up really fast to get you a real live look at what Kano can do and what I love about this deck. I'm going to get a good pile shuffling really fast to make sure this is truly random and you guys can see what a normal Kano hand might look like. And yes, 2 tomes and 2 blues might seem like a very weird hand, but Kano gets some of the weirdest hands in the game because you want to play off the top of your deck, and the reds do not let you do that. Remember, if you ever go first, don't really attack them because you let them cycle your hand. Try to activate Kano, try to land a potion, and try to arsenal a card. If you can land 1 or 2 potions on your first turn, that's a great turn. If you can get an arsenal card and a potion, that's still fine because your potions is how you're going to win those late game battles. This is a potion-based deck. I think Kano uses potions the best of any hero. And I think Deja Vu is the best new addition to Kano. Everyone's excited about Aether Wildfire. Everyone's excited about all the other cards. I think Deja Vu is the card that's going to push Kano over the top in this upcoming Blitz season. So if you're not playing Deja Vu Potion, go out, get your cold foil copies for a few dollars before they spike. I think this card is busted. Alright, so this deck seems pretty random. I've been shuffling it for a while now. I have no idea where any of the cards are. If I was playing Kano, I would know how many hits are left in my deck. I could do some math, try to figure it out more. So, we have a deck here. Let's just say, for equipment, we have our staff, we have our Kano hero, we have Storm Shiners up, we have Tunic at 3, to make it easy, Lens, and Node. Okay, so first things first, you're going to pitch Tome and Tome for 2 float. Pitch a Zap up to 5, activate Kano, hold priority of 2 float, activate Kano again. So you have 2 Kano activations, holding priority, tap your Deja Vu Potion, you have 2 floating. I will use 2 pennies for my resources. I don't have dice on me. So you have 2 Kano activations and 2 float. Deja Vu Potion says take your pitch pile, put it back on top in any order. We're going to put Tome on top and the 2 blues below it. And now we're going to activate Kano twice. Tome, Tome. So now, with this hand, we use Tome, we say draw 2 cards, right? We say Tome, we say draw 2 cards. So with that 4-card hand, we have 2 float and 4 fresh cards in our hand. And for what? For 1 Deja Vu Potion? That looks like our hand. We know we have 2 blues, and we drew into 2 more blues. So perfect. We just got 2 free float, and we cycled the reds out of our hand. So here, you want to, here we're going to break the Talisman Lens to make sure we have good Kano hits. So let's look at the top 2 together. A blue and a yellow. So yellow Sonic Boom is the riskiest card, so we want to make sure it has a hit. However, Aether Flare Blue is not the best hit. So I say we go top, bottom, and this might punish us if we hit Nourishing Emptiness or Eye of Ophidia, but that's okay. We will now use our Tunic's counter to activate Kano. That's 3 resources. Flip, Sonic Boom. Remember, we have no idea what's coming next, so we have to blind Kano. This is where the fun of the deck comes in. We're going to pitch a blue to activate Staff, and throw Sonic Boom. So this is coming out number 4. We said they had no cards at the start, so they're taking 4. Top card of the deck. It is a hit. Reverberate, it deals 1 arcane damage. And we can play a card from our hand. Nothing from our hand is good. So we'll hit it for 1. That's 5 damage this turn. We have 3 blues left. Let's go ahead and play another blue to activate Kano. We hit a blue Voltic Bolt. So here we can play that. Pitching this. And again, we'll have 1 float here. That's 3 more. That is 8 damage total this turn. With our last blue, let's go ahead and activate Kano. I don't think we're going to play the top card of our deck, but it's good to have info. We hit a Forked Lightning. We don't have enough to play that. So we've done 8 so far. Pop your Brutes. Play Blazing Aether. That's a 16 damage turn with a 4-card hand. And look at all these cards we got to play this turn. So this turn, we played 2 Tome of Aether Winds, activated Kano a ton, popped Deja Vu Potion, popped Talisman Lens, popped our Tunic trigger, activated our staff, played a Sonic Boom, which hit a blue, which then hit a bolt, which then we popped our Storm Shiners to play Blazing Aether. These are the kind of insane turns you can get with Kano because of Deja Vu Potion. Just saying, this deck is insane. The biggest turn I've had was about 12 cards in my pitch zone and a billion cards up here. So this card can go very wide, very fun to play, very hard to play. But if you're looking for a deck to play your local Skrimish season, this has to be the deck. Let me know if you guys like this kind of video. I can go over more Kano lines. I can even just goldfish some hands, and we can talk about the hands. We can work this through. Feel free to subscribe for more awesome videos. I will be making a tier list for the Skrimish season coming up very soon. And yeah, Kano I think is positioned very well in this meta. Oldhim's a very hard matchup, but once you learn how to beat Oldhim, not much stands in your way, to be honest. I think if you want to get some W's, master your boy Kano. I will see you guys later. Have a great day.